Hey everybody, welcome back to Horror Trans. My name is Stephanie Bree. I am a transgender woman who talks about all things horror. And today's horror icon is the man himself, Dr. Loomis, played by, well, actually, it's not Dr. Loomis, it's Donald Pleasance, known for playing Dr. Loomis in the Halloween franchise. At least the first half of the Halloween franchise, in one or two or even three of the timelines, depending on um, how you place the timeline. But anyways, Donald Pleasance is an actor who's been around the block a time or two and he's done a lot of stuff. But as a horror icon, we all know he's most famous as Dr. Loomis, so that's what we're talking about. Now, it's my understanding from interviews and things that I've read online, he was not their first choice for Dr. Loomis, but he wanted it so bad that he stood out. And when they gave it to him, they're like, "Oh no, this is the man. This is our man." Um, so Donald Pleasance was an elderly man by the time he got the role for Halloween, and he's a fairly eccentric character. Um, he spends most of the movies hunting Michael Myers, the serial killer question mark, in his care at the psychiatric facility where he allegedly works or stalks Michael, depending on your perspective. And he is a staple of the Halloween franchise. Up up to a point until he died, he was in every one of them except for Season of the Witch, which was its own timeline, I guess. You know. Um, Now, spoilers for those who haven't seen the Halloween franchise in its entirety. Dr. Loomis dies at the end of Halloween 2, but is miraculously resurrected, but also retcon that he didn't die in Halloween 4. And then he disappears at the end of Halloween 6, Curse of Michael Myers. And I say disappears because he does not get a satisfying ending. Um, there's two versions of the movie. There's the producer's cut, and then there's the theatrical cut. And he basically gets the shaft in both cuts. Um, but we're really not here to talk about that. Before he died, which it's kind of sad he died, but he died at a pretty ripe age. He was an elderly dude, so he lived a good life. Before he died, he did talk about how much he loved playing Dr. Loomis and he was happy to be a part of the Halloween franchise. I would argue, although the first Halloween movie doesn't work for me, I do understand why it works for the people who enjoy it. He is a big reason why people enjoy it. He absolutely is. He's one of the highlights of the movie, one of the few things I actually did enjoy about the movie. Even though I have issues with the movie other people are willing to forgive that I'm not willing to forgive, but that's neither here nor there. Excuse me. But he has a commanding presence in the movies he's in. You when he's on screen, you pay attention to his performance. You're like, oh shit, things are real right now. They're happening. Um, I will do in a future video. I'll do a deeper dive into the Dr. Loomis character separately. But as an actor, Donald Pleasance, he did a lot of other stuff, but as a horror icon, yeah, he's most famous as Dr. Loomis, so that's what we're referring to him as in this video. But you can look him up, IMDb, Wikipedia, etc., if you want to get more about him. But I highly recommend you look into him because he's an interesting dude. And say what you will about the quality of the Halloween sequels, every one he's in, he's at least the best thing in the movie in all the ones he's in. So that tells you how good of an actor he was. Stay cool.